What causes inconsistent texture in starch-thickened preparations? Imagine biting into a sauce that's supposed to be smooth and creamy but instead feels lumpy or watery. That's what inconsistent texture in starch-thickened dishes looks like. It often happens because the process of gelatinization isn't controlled properly. When starch is heated with water, it transforms from tiny granules into a gel-like structure. This transformation depends on several key factors. First, temperature control is vital. Starch gelatinizes within a specific temperature range, usually between 140 degrees Fahrenheit and 180 degrees Fahrenheit. If the heat is too low, the starch granules don't swell enough, leaving the mixture thin and weak. If it gets too hot or stays hot for too long, the gel can break down, making the sauce thin or watery again. Different starches have different gelatinization temperatures. For example, cornstarch gelatinizes at a higher temperature than wheat flour. Potato starch thickens quickly but can lose its structure if overheated. Knowing these differences helps in managing the cooking process. Next, the ratio of starch to liquid is important. Using too much starch can cause lumps because the starch particles clump together instead of dispersing evenly. This results in a pasty or gummy texture. On the other hand, too little starch means the mixture won't thicken enough and stays runny. Finding the right balance ensures a smooth, consistent texture. Stirring also plays a big role. Continuous stirring during heating helps distribute heat evenly and prevents the starch from settling at the bottom. If you don't stir enough, the starch can stick and form lumps, leading to uneven thickening. Stirring helps all the starch granules swell uniformly and prevents clumping. The type of starch you choose matters too. Some starches like rice or wheat flour are more heat-stable and work well in long cooking times. Others like potato starch thicken fast but can break down if cooked too long or at too high a temperature. Picking the right starch for your recipe and cooking method makes a big difference. Resting and cooling are also key. After gelatinization, letting the dish sit or cool allows the starch molecules to reorganize and form a stable gel network. Without this step, the texture can stay unstable or runny, especially in things like pie fillings or sauces. Finally, ingredients like acids, sugars, fats, or salts can interfere with gelatinization. High sugar levels can delay thickening, while fats can coat starch granules and prevent water absorption. Adjusting these components and cooking techniques helps keep the texture consistent. So, to avoid lumps, runny sauces, or uneven textures, control the temperature carefully, use the correct starch-to-liquid ratio, stir constantly, choose the right starch, and allow the mixture to rest. Each step influences how well the starch transforms and stabilizes, giving you that perfect, smooth consistency every time.